morning, everyone. Welcome to Friday morning's meditation. Glad everybody here and our friends on the internet this morning. So we'll do what we always do. We suspend our mind just a little bit. Into free awareness. To become aware not so much of the mind, but its own self. Awareness, becoming aware of awareness. The mind knows forms. Awareness knows being itself. When we integrate them through forms, we experience being. The mind knows forms. Awareness knows being. To integrate our mind into our awareness through forms, we'll experience being itself. And that is liberation. So first we suspend our mind just a teeny bit. And then, within awareness, we focus awareness. And once we're in awareness, more or less, it's always more or less, we begin to integrate our mind, hearing and thinking and feeling. We integrate everything, all experiences. And this little talk I'm giving this morning is a continuation of last week's talk, where the theme, the very nature of our awareness, is Tantra. And what that means. And when we're in awareness, we're always integrating everything and anything. And so last week, as we went into awareness together, just like we're doing now, we'll first of all extend our awareness through our body, Sometimes you might find that spot of awareness in your heart, sometimes in your head. But once you find that spot, that place, that loka, you enter into it, you become it. And you begin that great practice of learning to extend this awareness, this field. It actually is the essence of the great compassion. So first, you extend this awareness through your body. We'll do that now. Extending all the way down into the earth, then all the way up to the heart, palate of the mouth, into the head, into the sky. This begins to organize the column of light in your body. It gives you stability. Part of the dilemma of any of these skillful means, if you try too hard, you lose it. It's like just minimal trying, minimal, no effort. And then we can extend this awareness into the immediacy of our situation. Then we're not only holding the field, as we extend it, we're in the field. It's in front of us, behind us. Let's do that. We'll extend into each other, since that's the immediate situation. We'll extend. Inside to inside, directly, without mediation. Then it says in the Yeshe Lama, the great handbook of Dzogchen, the inner yin meets the outer yin. The inner field meets the outer field. So non-duality begins to be experienced within duality. Yes, the world does exist. Yes, it does. We'll extend to our friends on the internet. And with all these extensions, embodiment, this embodiment of awareness, this embodiment of the light, this embodiment of spaciousness, this embodiment of the energy becomes felt, experienced, becomes the base. Then having established ourselves in this field, we can go a little further in our preparation for meditation. We'll extend this awareness to our ancestors, the generational field, of whom we are the expressions. So we'll extend to the mothers and the fathers, and the mothers and the fathers, in mutual support. The light extends to the light. We'll do that now. Of course, this takes a minimum of generosity. It does. All these practices are practices of generosity. The first paramita. It also breaks through solipsism. Tantra and solipsism don't get along. Solipsistic existence. C'est moi. And then having extended to the ancestors, will then extend to all the great yogis and teachers we've met, from all different traditions. And those people who embody awareness so completely that the invisible becomes visible. And of course, by yogis and teachers, I don't mean simply formal people who have outfits on, but everyone who we know and love, and even those we don't. Because in Tantra, the very nature of our circumstances is the guru. The very nature of the events of our life is the doorway. both the most beautiful and the most horrible. So extend. Actually extending to the teachers, or ultimately extending to the immediacy of our life, just as it is. And having established ourselves in relationship, will then extend to the different traditions we participate in. And all these traditions themselves are articulations of this primordial awareness. Languages, style, metaphors, Shiva, Buddha, Christos, will extend to the different traditions that mix in our bodies and we become universal people. The tribal boundaries are dissolving. Then we'll make one more extension. My Lord, we haven't begun to meditate yet. We'll make one more extension. And we'll extend to that dimension of our awareness which is so profound, not easily understood, so close, which is the archetypal, the energies, the vortexes, the light, the elementals, becoming everything and anything. And we often personify them as the deities and devas and dakinis, the gods and goddesses. This morning, we'll invoke the dakini, the goddess, the feminine, gnosis, jnana, direct perception. So we've been focusing on the nature of awareness as Tantra. And last week we touched such themes as being able to hold oneness and difference simultaneously. Being able to experience the transmission, the natural transmission of this energy, this light within us to others. We explored how Tantra dissolves dissociation, Tantra is the path of embodiment, of eminence, of resonance. To live in the Tantra is to experience resonance, ongoing continuity of resonance. We also explored a little bit how Tantra integrates everything. It integrates the best and it integrates the worst. It integrates beneficence and it integrates the most primitive instincts, survival. It integrates everything. And in the very process of integrating, the body of light is formed. Luminous flesh. This morning, we're going to focus on one of the great tantric statements. Bliss overcomes suffering. Bliss overcomes suffering. Bliss infuses everything and anything. So you guys can extend to me, and I'll extend to you. It's a bit like leaning into each other. The field, leaning into the field. Then resonance arises. Non-duality arises. So there's this great tantric understanding that bliss overcomes suffering. And that this bliss arises as the most ordinary person experiences the bliss of non-duality within their very embodiment. So bliss, this state, happens as we integrate eros, the life force, into this field of pervasive light. So this light is not simply a transcendental place out there, but in this light, in the light of awareness, we integrate the life force. And the very embodiment of the light brings forth this luminous sense. And there is this infusion of this luminosity throughout our body and throughout our mind, throughout pain, suffering, loss, anxiety, hatred. It infuses everything luminous light. This experiencing of the light opens the energy centers, infuses the chakras, infuses the channels, and begins to permeate our embodiment, our taste, our senses, inner heart essence. Viscous-like experiences arise. Amrita, the yogis call it. And within this experience of this embodiment of luminosity, there's this ongoing continuity of awareness, continuity of embodiment, stability of awareness that unfolds into our life circumstances and beyond. The field goes beyond our body boundaries. We also, with this light, we integrate the awareness of death, annihilation, dissolving. And as we integrate that dimension, Thanatos, as the Greeks called it, we begin to experience deathless awareness. Begin to experience naturally this sense of being unborn and undying, ongoing continuity of being. Bliss, fearlessness, undefeatableness. Not arising out of psychology, but out of awareness that infuses mind, infuses body, infuses circumstance. In the Tantras, the most important method is simply being in awareness, living within awareness, and experiencing the qualities open. It is totally natural. There are other two practices I'd like to focus a bit this morning. One is the Guru. Tantra is the practice of the Guru. And that practice means experiencing the inner Guru in yourself and experiencing the inner Guru in others. Tantric practice is a Guru Yoga. Guru Yoga, Guru, darkness, Ru, light. This experience of going through darkness into the light is the practice of experiencing the sublime dimension of the Guru within your own embodiment of awareness as awareness itself. And also experiencing this sublime dimension of the Guru in others and in your circumstances. This is actually the most essential practice of the Tantra. To experience the profound light of awareness, the self-revelation light, within our own embodiment and the embodiment of others, bringing forth this intense resonance of light and energy between yourself and others, between sentient beings, those you like and those who you can't stand. That's Tantra. This is the most direct experience of duality within non-duality, and non-duality within duality. The experience of this primordial Guru awareness awakens naturally the indivisibleness of the light of awareness. We begin to experience the indivisibleness of the light of awareness within our own body and mind, because it infuses all of the parts. All the fragmented parts become infused in the oneness of the light. As the Dakini said to the great Dzogchen master Dojim Lingpa in the late 19th century, you and I are indivisible. This indivisibleness can be felt within those whom we love and those whom we hate. The light takes us beyond those pairs of opposites. Go beyond. This indivisibleness can be experienced with others who are physically far away. And so non-localness does not limit our experience of this divine Guru dimension. And this indivisibleness can be felt, known, even after death, with those whom we love. At the level of mind, it's quite impossible. At the level of awareness, the light is a thin veil crossed. The felt sense of the presence of the inner Guru is not a function of our mind alone. It's rather a function of the felt sense. This is not a belief. You can believe it, so what, right? It's the felt sense of this innermost awareness with its infinite horizons and vast multidimensionality that self-reveals itself to us, as the light, luminosity, unborn, undying. Of course, to experience this Guru Om within us and within others, gives us the gift of equal vision, equality consciousness, which is actually liberation. What is in you is in me. What is in me is in you. This experience is not a function of belief, because belief and doubt are always in union. But the function of perception, knowingness, direct experience, confidence, certitude. And there's one more practice. And this practice is the practice of the embodiment of the divine feminine, the anima, embodiment of the feminine. There's many different words and languages. Dakini, Deva, goddess, anima. But this practice of invoking, bringing forth this dimension of awareness, opens and deepens our experience of direct perception, of gnosis, of jnana. The tantric practice is like a shamanistic invocation, the power of invoking this archetypical dimension within us, Sometimes it may be as the mother, but invoking this dimension of clarity, luminous energy, and pure love. This capacity is also a function of being able to access timeless awareness within ourselves. And from this place of timeless awareness, which is the realm of the archetypes, bringing forth this into time. So part of the tantric practice is being able to be in timeless awareness, just like you may be right now. Check it out. And time simultaneously. Then within that holding of time and timelessness, the practice of invoking the Sambhogakaya dimension, the archetypical dimension, bringing that experience into our self and our circumstances happens. This is also the practice of compassion, where in compassion, again, we touch timeless awareness, that power, that potentiality. And then we bring this forth within ourselves and extend this into everything and everyone. Compassion is not just wishing you well, sort of like, happy birthday, good luck. So from this position of the fourth time, in Tantra, there's the present moment, there's the past, and there's the future. The fourth time is timeless awareness. So as we meditate, that timeless awareness becomes available. And from there, we practice With every extension, more light, more energy, and more space comes through us and to us. We can also have this practice for contexts such as our city and situations. The knowing of awareness knows being, and the knowing of mind knows forms. In this union, this simultaneous knowing of awareness and mind simultaneously, we can directly experience the beingness of beings and the beingness of being itself. The union of mind and this awareness knows form and formlessness simultaneously. This union of mind and awareness knows being and knows beings simultaneously. And it doesn't really depend if you're a super good person or not. It's our very nature. With that understanding, we'll meditate for a while with each other. We'll invoke the Guru, the light, and we'll invoke the Dakini as the Divine Mother in our bodies. remaining in awareness. That's one of the injunctions, huh? Remaining in awareness. And being sustained by awareness. Being held by awareness. Continuity. One of the great understandings of Tantra excuse me, is that awareness awakens awareness. Even as we extend awareness to our own body, we awaken ourselves. Huh? We awaken, sort of go back to sleep. We awaken awareness. We awaken the intensity of awareness. Not only that, because we awaken awareness in ourselves, we also awaken awareness in each other. The awakening of awareness is considered a natural empowerment of awareness. Huh? We don't awaken awareness with our mind. Desire plays a powerful role. Awareness awakens itself in us. It also awakens itself in us through its resonance with others who have awakened awareness. Awareness within our own bodies awakens itself through its resonance with others who have awakened awareness. That aliveness, that vitalness. What's also amazing is Tantra, which is ultimately equality consciousness, equal vision, cannot be institutionalized. It is nature itself. Everyone likes to own it, but it cannot be institutionalized. How can you institutionalize awareness? It becomes a comedy. In Buddhism, there's a particular empowerment called the dynamic power of awareness. That in the Dzogchen tradition. But it's understood that it's a natural power of awareness itself. In the Shaivite tradition, Shaktipat, but it's also understood it is a natural power of awareness itself to awaken itself within our own self and within each other. To have that understanding is really liberating. As Bodhidharma said centuries ago in the 6th century, beyond words and letters, there's a transmission. It doesn't belong to any tradition. It's the very nature of human awareness itself. And that is the Buddha. Or we could say that is the Shiva, or the Christos, or whatever metaphor of primordial awareness you love. Dujia Rinpoche, the great Dzogchen master, would always say, take the power of awareness in your own hands and stop begging for help. With that understanding, we'll extend to each other. And they'll extend to those we know and love who may be having difficulties. And then we'll extend to our city and our country. Extending this light, this gnosis. And today, if you'd like to have a little practice, you can be aware of this power of awareness in your body, in your mind, in your heart, in your hands, this space, this energy, this light. As your very own awareness. With that, we'll rub our hands together, place it on our hearts, and this gesture, this mudra, seals the experience and the understanding, if you like it. I'd like to thank everybody for coming today. You're welcome to stay and meditate to 9 o'clock, and there's some refreshments upstairs. And this Saturday we'll have Dakini Day at 8 o'clock in the morning. We do that online. And we'll be doing the Dakini practice of Duja Yudroma. Duja Yudroma is called the White Goddess. And this is a particular text by Longchenpa. And it helps bring up the power of the Dakini. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next week. We can we'll put another chant on in a few minutes. And it's these syllables, one way of invoking these archetypal dimensions. You use mantra, and the more that you're not so much in your mind and in your awareness state, and using with your mind, as you hear these words, and as you can feel them in your body, it helps bring forth the archetypal dimensions.
Se